The aftermath of conservative Charlie Kirk's shooting continues to create more headlines. This time, the most recent story comes out of Tennessee State University, which is a well-known HBCU. On Tuesday, several clips would begin to circulate of a conservative group called the Fearless Debaters, who, like Kirk, are traveling to college campuses debating students on social and political topics. The debaters would decide to take their tour stop to Tennessee State while wearing MAGA hats, and things would quickly come to an end by the students in the school who would let them know they were not welcomed.
All we did was set up a table.
What was the point? What was the point and what was the purpose of him doing this? What was the point and what was the purpose of him doing this? These people just can't leave black folks alone. And these are the same people running around talking about black fatigue. And I've been saying this since the beginning of the year. Black folks, we tired. We got white fatigue. Just leave us alone. Your boy Charlie Kirk got put to a permanent nap 6 feet under by your own group, your own race. And to combat that, you want to go to a college campus and argue and debate with a bunch of 18 and 19-year-olds, but you don't want to address white on white crime. You don't want to address the high crime rate in your community. You don't want to address it. You don't want to address the welfare queens in your community that's costing taxpayers like me and hardworking people out there. You're costing us a lot of money because we're paying a lot of taxes. Because you guys are number one in welfare, number one in crime, so you're costing the taxpayers a lot of money. You don't want to address these topics. You want to argue with a bunch of 19-year-olds. And shout out to the young, educated students from Tennessee State. They didn't put no hands and feet to this young man, because if he did that, he would have called 911 and sent some black folks who's been aggressive to him as he's trying to argue with them. Good for them. They ran his little narrow behind off campus. Go somewhere else with that. Don't want to address the mass shootings that's been going on for the past month. Every week there's a mass shooter in your community, and you do not want. They don't want to even address it. They don't want to talk about it. They just turn a blind eye to it. And these people are shooting up churches. They're shooting up schools. You're killing kids, but they don't want to address it. They want to argue and debate black people online and on college campuses. This is insane. These people are sick. These people are deranged. There's something mentally wrong with the alt-right. And listen, I've come on here and said, hey, if you want to be racist, if you don't like a particular group, that is your right. That is your right. We shouldn't be forced to like and love each other. But when you're going out of your way to instigate and stir up drama for clicks and likes, you're denying the facts and reality, and you're almost to the point where you're harassing people. This is getting ridiculous. I got white fatigue this year. Now, I'm not talking about white fatigue. I'm not talking about I'm tired of white people. No, I love everybody. I'm talking about white racism and stupidity. And like the girl said, we're tired. Leave us alone. A lot of black folks, including me, we got white fatigue. We're tired of this. And the good white folks, the non-racist white folks, speak up against it. Speak out against it. Because if you don't call out white supremacy, it will tear down this nation. Because what they're doing is, they're not just attacking black people, they're attacking each other. This is getting ridiculous. Something's mentally wrong with these people. Let me finish this clip. These people are sick. These people are sick, man. He's ran them off. Good. Good. I'm glad they did that. Why don't you go? Why don't you go debate? Please, good. Good. Get off the campus. I'm glad they did this. I agree with her. Leave us alone. I really want to say a whole lot more, but I'm choosing my words carefully. Carefully.
Come on, like, oh, press the hell. You feel me? Like, it's a crazy.
And then these clowns, including, well, yeah, I'm leave him alone because he's 6 feet under. I'm not gonna leave him alone. I'm not gonna keep going in on Charlie Kirk. These are some grown ass men wanna debate a 17-year-old, an 18-year-old. You guys can go finish watching this clip because that's all it is. They just running them out. And after Charlie Kirk was sent 6 feet under, they're making it seem like the racist rhetoric coming from these people. They seem like they doubled down towards black folks with it, and no black person killed Charlie Kirk. They're just deflection. But they don't want to but this Nigel Edge, they don't want to address Nigel Edge. They don't want to address issues like this. We know what race Nigel Edge is. I don't want to address that. This was, what, a few days ago. They don't want to address that. Nope. Okay. What about this guy? The Minneapolis school attacker. Obsessed with the idea of killing children. See this? Don't want to address that, do you? Don't want to address that, do you? This is every week. Every week. And the more this comes out of these senseless, horrific, violent attack on innocent women and children, the alt-right do not want to address these topics. They're literally turning a blind eye. They're literally turning a blind eye, and they're not even addressing it. These people are going into churches and schools, harming innocent people. You don't want to talk about this? You don't want to say it's wrong? You're not going to speak out? You just total denial. It doesn't exist. It's an isolated incident. Now, this happened in my city, Laguna Hills, California. And then with this one, they just completely downplayed it. Because they always like to bring up race when it's a Hispanic person. No, take that back. When it's an immigrant or if it's a black person, they'll be quick to mention the race or show the picture of the person who did it if it's a person who's an immigrant or a black person. But with this one, they just completely downplayed it. It's like, oh, he's either white or Hispanic. It was a white guy because I read the name. This happened last week in my community, Laguna Hills. This was something out of Grand Theft Auto. This nut job carjacked somebody, deadly carjacked somebody in Carlsbad. So he offed the lady, goes on a high speed chase. They for whatever reason he stops and I don't know if his car ran out of gas or what. I don't know. But he ended up in the middle of a busy street and intersection in Laguna Hills, California, my city, where I'm at. Just hopped out, started opening fire on police officers, and they switched them up like Swiss cheese, as they should. This dude did this just in the middle of the street, just open fire. He wasn't black, he wasn't Hispanic. This was last week. Every week, nobody addressed this. Stop focusing in on what a group of people are doing in Chicago, in urban areas. Start focusing in on the high crime rate, poverty, and violence in your own community.